Hey, it's Sophia the therapist, and this is week 8, day 5 of my 9-week challenge. And I'm proud to say that I have made videos, I think, almost every day, if not every day, of this 9-week challenge. I have not posted them all, but I have actually made them, so I'm proud of that. Being obedient. So, with yesterday, day before, we were talking about this situation with a little dog, Bailey, seeking the love and affection and attention for somebody who was not inclined to give it to her. And, I think we struggle sometimes because we seek love and do everything we can to try to get it and earn it or or persuade someone to give it to us. And we kind of overlook the sources where the love and affection and attention are easy to get and go for the ones that are harder to get. Just like Bailey. Now, Bailey did not ignore the fact that me and her mom gave her attention and affection. She came and got that too, but she, never gave up trying to get it from my other friend. I think sometimes many of us run into similar situations with God and Jesus giving love so freely. Sometimes, even though we know the love of God is freely given and Jesus loves you no matter what you've done. He loves you before you loved yourself, before you were born. And sometimes I think for a lot of people, it's too easily given. Like, we don't believe that love is free. We're used to having to beg for love. And it could be that Bailey's been in a situation at some point in her life where she had to do more to get somebody's attention and affection. I know a lot of us have maybe been in situations, might have grown up in households that weren't loving, where affection and attention were not freely given, where there was no excess of hugs or kisses. There was nowhere to get it. So a lot of us may have grown up in household situations where the love was scarce. So when you are in a situation where you either are being asked for affection and attention, or somebody seeking it through various means, it may not be easy for you to give it to them. Like, it may be a turnoff. When somebody wants you to show them affection and attention, you may feel turned off by that. But you may be very turned on by people who are withholding. We call it withholding. If somebody withholds affection and attention, you may be turned on by that because you have to work harder to get it. You have to work harder to get it. And then once you get it, you just melt. But what you don't realize is it teaches you to live off of crumbs. Because those people, like my one friend, she only petted him one time. Now imagine that his mom and I weren't there. And she spent all day, hours, literally hours, trying to get some affection and attention. And when she did get that pet on the head, she just melted. This is all she needed. But is that all you need? You may send inspirational texts. You may call. You may, like a picture. You might like every picture. You may make a comment on their post, or send a wink, or call. You may do all of those things, and that person only reply or respond to your pictures or your post maybe every other day, and it might be one like, a thumbs up, not even a heart. But that one like, a thumbs up, means the world to you. That means you've learned to live off of crumbs. So what we want to do is we want to go where we have the overflow. Where's the overflow? If you're in a relationship with somebody and you only get crumbs meaning very little affection or attention, nothing close to what you need, then you're living off of crumbs. God has more for you than that. But you have to be willing to give up your desire for that person and their crumbs and open your hand and your heart to what God has for you, which is an overflow and abundance of love and attention and favor. Favor is God's way of giving you affection. Open your hand, open your heart to receive more. Know that you are worthy of more, and there's more for you. Don't allow yourself to just take the crumbs of life from people who really aren't worthy of the love and affection or attention that you give them. They're not worthy of it, so stop. You know, we learn to live off crumbs, or maybe we grew up without a lot of affection or attention. Or maybe one or both of your parents weren't around to give you appropriate love and affection as a child. But that doesn't mean you have to settle for that as an adult. So let's decide today we're not going to settle for crumbs. If they don't respond to you, then let's just let it go. It could be that once you stop seeking them and stop reaching out so much, they might be inclined to give you more attention and affection. It's a deep issue. Talking about withholding, possibly talking about abandonment or neglect issues, and talking about accepting God's love to fill the void that's left by those who didn't or couldn't give you the love you needed as a child. All right, we'll come back to it. That's it for today. Sophia the therapist, signing off. I'll see you next time. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise.